My name is Michael, and this is my Module 3 project, which is a habit tracker application. I truly hope with the light that my face is clearly. So I created a habit tracker. I immediately got it from the gym scheduler that I did. So the reason why I actually built this is because I've been trying to start habits, but I'm not even gonna lie, I haven't really been committed. And if I look at all these habit trackers, these applications, all of them are paid. And honestly, I don't have the funds for it. So I thought, you know what, let me actually build one. And again, as you can see, I actually took the same CSS style, the same design from the previous module. So if you look here, this app lets you create habits, organize them. You see health, learning, mindfulness. You can organize all of this. And you can even see here when I go to stats, there's even a whole 30-day completion overview. There's categories, health, but again, the same here. And again, everything is responsive. You can see I can even complete it today. I can remove it incomplete. And then I can mark complete. So there's a few things I want to work on. So obviously I'm jumping on at least in the 8 hours a day. I also want to start reading again. I used to love reading, but then I stopped because the social media honestly has ruined us. So now the attention span is ruined, but I wanna get back in that disciplined zone. And honestly, I'm not gonna really be long on this. Like last time, I think my previous module video was like 20 minutes. So I'm not really gonna make this video that long. So, but I'm just gonna show that the functions are there. Also, I should again honestly start again with my. But let me just make an example that. Wait, sorry, my mind is okay. But like I said, I don't really wanna spend much time making the video too long. So, but we can see the things are functioning. I can add a habit if I wanted to. I can delete a habit if I wanted to. Delete. You sure what was it will be deleted? Yes. Because I obviously don't want to delete that. I can add. You can see. I can subtract. You can see there. Should I want to come over to the code? I think last time I spent too much time. Okay. But again, starting always with the file structure, we already know public. That's the front end. We've got the server right there. And now I want to start with the server. Hmm. Okay, so when we look at this, we can see it starts here on line 13, where I only import Node.js for its native modules. Again, no Express, no frameworks. And we can see if I go with this function here at line 36, it reads any files from the public folder and sends it to the browser. And we can see on line 38, what do you call the path or join prevents directory, um, basically directory attacks. And then if I go down to line 54, this function right here, it arrives as a stream of chunks. There's not a complete string. Like I said, it's almost like module 2, but just slightly different. Down to this function here, line 89. So every single HTTP request goes through this one function. Let me see. Okay, yes. If we come here, and then I just want us to also look at this right here, which just starts the server with no frameworks, just a built-in HTTP module. And again, I would love to go through all of this, but I really don't want this video to be that long. So let's head over to the database. So we see that we're now in database. So we can see it starts here in line 20 where I created a categories table where every name is unique, so you can't accidentally create two health categories, if you understand what I'm saying. So if I had to come over here, we can see that every category is unique. To line 34, this is the habits table, where if I come down here to line 41, is the foreign key category, which also has the delete cascade, which is able to delete a category and its habit disappears automatically. I 55, the table here. This is the completions table. So this is the event log. The recursive streak function walks through. So basically reading and what can I say, forming the streak, the 7-day streak that you've been consistent in all of that. And if you see here at line 61, is a unique constraint on the combination of habit ID and completed date. So you can't accidentally log the same habit twice for the same day. And then if you look at line 62 as the second foreign key, habit ID with one delete cascade. So again, if you delete a habit and all its completion history is removed. I want us to look at routes. Let's go to habits.js. So this file contains the most important module 3 requirements, which is the recursion and the ES6 array methods. Now, if we come down here to line 32, we can see the habit error class, which is a custom error class that extends the built-in JavaScript error class. It carries a HTTP status code alongside the message. So I just throw this explicitly when validation fails and catch it in the route handlers below. And if I scroll down to this function here, line 84, that calculates straight. This is the recursive function. So this function takes two arguments, a set of completed dates and a date to check, starting from today. Starting from today. And if we look here at line 87, this is the base case. If the date being checked is not in the completed date set, the streak is broken here. Return 0 and stop. Without the base case, the function will call itself forever. And then I just to line 93, 94, if we look here. So this is the recursive case. So if today was completed, meaning obviously a habit, the streak is at least 1. But how many days before today were also completed? So we call calculate stake again with the day before. Each call returns 1 plus whatever the previous day's streak was. So a 7-day streak unwinds as how can I say, basically it keeps calling 1, so it keeps adding up. So if it will be 7 days, there will be 1 plus 1 obviously for each day, which will equal to that 7-day streak. I hope I'm not moving too fast through this. So now if I come down here to this function, the build habit summary, this is where all the 3 ES6 array methods are used. And then if we take a look at line 112, we can see from the full list of all completions in the database, I filtered down to only the ones belonging to this habit. And then we can see it's, how can I say, the ES6 dot filter dot map dot reduce. So the dot filter dot map, the dot map transform those completion rows into just the date strings, which I load into a JavaScript set. For instance, lookups, the reduce counts the total completion by reducing the array to a single number. And then if we look at line 122, this is where calculated streak is called, passing in a set of completed dates and today's date as the starting point. And then I would honestly love to continue going through this, but again, I don't want this video to be too long. So now I just want to go over here. I truly would love to go through all of this, but we can see the over here it starts on line 35, and it's the same habit error custom class. It takes a message and adds a status code, and then line 47, this is a validate format, validates that a date string matches the the year, month, day format and represents a real calendar date. And then I just want us to, okay, I'm not gonna stay that long there. Let's just quickly go here. So here I just want to highlight two things, and that is when I come here to line 71, the API request. So my fetch wrapper, which is my fetch wrapper, and then if I go down and I look here at line 84, it checks responses. And line 85 throws a new error if the status codes indicate failure. The fetch itself does not throw on 400 or 500 errors. You have to check manually. And then if I go down to line 102, the retry request, this is the second recursive function in the project on the front end side. And then line 103, Okay, my light keeps dying. I don't know why. It's low on battery, so ah, I'll try my best to close now. So truly, I had a very, of course, I had a difficult time because of life, trying to balance life, school, church, your own personal tasks, trying to, all these things. So for the next block, I think I'm gonna need to take a break just to try and get, how can I say, stability, proper stability, mentally, physically, spiritually. But to summarize the five requirements, mm, okay, because of the light now, sorry, I've given, where was I? But yes, that's a complete habit tracker for module 3. I would honestly continue, but the light now and I share until tomorrow to submit. Like if you would only knew what was going on, the the things that are literally on my plate, I don't even have space anymore. But things just keep piling up. You know why you thought it couldn't get any worse, but just somehow it's the easy. Yeah, but this is the complete habit tracker for module 3.